Viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not factual. It is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
All the crap that we're interested in. Searching for the truth. Exploring the unexplained. Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert
button so you don't miss an episode.
Ow!
Welcome to the truth
about beer.
And
it's a beautiful Tuesday morning. You wake up from a great night's sleep. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. You sit down to have your first cup of coffee. You look at your phone and realize, shit, it's tax day. Well, if this was you, just relax, crack open a cold one, and join the truth about beer, and we will dive into the history of this dreaded day. You still have to do your taxes, but have fun doing them while listening to the show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and watch The Truth About Beer and on YouTube and Rumble.
And here it is.
Happy tax day, everyone.
We're here once again.
A year later.
You know what really sucks about tax day?
What's that?
My birthday reminds me of it.
I know.
Yeah. My birthday was yesterday.
Yes, it was. Happy birthday.
Thanks. I wanted people to wish me happy birthday, so that's why I said that.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
Wow.
You actually got a lot on Facebook yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw that.
It was pretty good. It was a good day. Camera's right here this time.
I know. I'm still looking over there.
Like, what are you looking at over there?
We moved it. We moved it to get more of a visual. And
so, yeah, because I think I looked freaking huge because I was closer to the camera.
Perspective, it was off.
So, yeah.
Who do we have on? We got
people. Yeah, we do. We have people.
Got peoples.
We like people when they come on.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody get your taxes done?
And does everybody understand the graphic behind us?
Yes, Christine, we're happy you're coming out.
Yes.
I understand the graphic. I want to know why the Grim Reaper's next close to me. That's all I want to know.
Like sticking his fork in my head. And then that sickle, that's what it is.
It's a sickle.
Yeah. And then the tax dude, he looks more like a zombie, but
yeah,
that was supposed to be the tax man. But he's a little pale.
He forgot to pay his taxes. No.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
only two things that are certain in life.
Yep. Death and taxes.
Yep.
So.
Well, taxes and death, either way you want to look at it. You pay taxes first.
That's true. Well, I guess that's the way you get out of paying tax. Well, not all the time, I guess. Somebody does.
Man, we're going to have a fun show tonight.
We hope y'all got yours done and you're not just, slaving away. But if you are, still crack open a nice cold one and enjoy the history of our tax code.
Yeah.
No, we're going to talk about the tax code, but yeah.
And if you're looking for any shortcuts here, sorry, we're not going to be able to help you out. But hey,
not accountants.
If you know any shortcuts, please let us know for next year.
So when did you get yours done then?
Sunday.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, right? I mean,
that's not bad at all.
We were pushing the clock this time.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a filing extension?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was really no reason for me to do it other than I wasn't prepared.
Just didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Can't remember my reason, but it worked, whatever it was.
I think one time I did it for that same reason. I'm like, screw it. I don't feel like doing it. Yeah. What's up, Jack?
Hey, Jack is on.
Yeah. We got Allison, Kathy. What's up? Buy us the books. How's everybody doing tonight? Give a shout out to our TikTokers. We are on TikTok, and our Rumblers. What's up, Rumblers? Hope everybody's having a good tax day. It's never a good thing, though. It just sucks paying taxes.
Yeah. Happy tax day.
Happy tax day.
Is there anything that would be happy about it? I don't know.
Well,
I guess if you're getting a nice refund and
Yeah.
you know,
you don't owe a shit ton of money. That's
Yeah.
always a good thing.
I mean, it does feel good to get them done. It's always a relief.
How do you pay somebody to do your taxes, or how do you?
No, I do the old TurboTax.
Yeah. So do we.
Yeah. I did mine last week. I think be a week ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
I finished mine.
They make it pretty easy. I mean, and what I like about TurboTax is they say that if you use them, being that it was developed by the IRS, you're a lot less likely to get audited if you go through TurboTax. So it's kind of cool. I like it.
I always feel good when I see the little thing pop up and said, "It looks good, looks good." Yeah. You're on your way.
I hate when it says need to review. It always makes me worried. It's like, what did I do wrong? Yeah.
It starts rendering.
But you know what else is fun about tax day?
No, but you're going to tell me.
I am.
Okay.
Drinking beer.
Well, we got a beer for you.
We have a
beer. The camera's right here.
I keep looking up there. Yeah. The camera's usually that way, but we put it in front of us tonight, so we got to get you.
And this was a little too fun to make, this commercial.
It was.
But I'm really excited to try this beer. So
yeah, me too. So let's roll the commercial, shall we?
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy the commercial. There is a meaning behind the commercial, so here it is.
Don't forget to pay your taxes.
Oh, sorry. We're back.
Can we watch that again?
So, of course, it's always a challenge to find a beer for the topics that we have, but this is perfect. This is called Syntax, and it is from Mother Earth Brewing. We've had their beers before, right? They've had some pretty decent beers.
Where are they at it? I
don't know. Where are they out of? California.
Of course.
Yeah. Vista, California. This one kind of caught my interest because it's a peanut butter stout, and you and I both like stouts, and we've done some peanut butter stouts.
Yeah, we have had some really good peanut butter stouts.
But this one's kind of this one's an 8.1, dude. This one might get you a little bit, and it's 55 IBUs, which is light, not a big deal. But yeah. So Syntax is a real thing. It's a tax on tobacco products, alcohol, and I think gambling, if I remember correctly, when I Googled it to see what a syntax was. So it's pretty relevant. And, of course, the can art's always cool. And it's fun to make a sexy commercial out of a she-devil. So
don't forget to pay your taxes.
You got to love it.
That was sexy. Yeah.
You got to love it. Brian Curtin.
I know Brian Curtin. My goodness. We called him numbers back in the day.
Nice.
High school buddy. How you doing, bud? Hope you're doing well.
Yes, drinking beer does make tax day good. Yeah, so let's dive in. We got to dive in this. We've been waiting all day to drink this. You guys are lucky we didn't partake before the show. It helps if you open the can the right way. It's been an interesting day.
Ooh, it's nice and dark. Well, of course, nice, it's a stout. Trying to get some head on it, though.
I was going to say something, but I won't say it. I'm not
Probably wise.
Look at you. You did better than I did. Come on now. Yeah, that's a stout, baby. You can't see through it. It's thick.
Yeah, it's like molasses.
Look at that.
Camera.
Oh, look at that. God damn it. I'm not going to get used to this tonight. This sucks.
Smells good.
All right. Cheers. Cheers, everybody doing taxes. God damn it. It's going to take me forever to get used to it. Well, I still see that.
There's a gnat flying.
I see that camera there. So I keep looking that way. And
what's it trying to tell me on,
I don't know.
On TikTok?
What the hell is it saying?
Well, it was doing this little
scrolling across
the top, but then it stopped. So I don't know what that was about.
I don't know what that is. Hey, TikTokers.
All right, here we go. I'm trying this.
Oh, that's good.
It is. Very smooth.
I don't know. I'm not tasting peanut butter, though. Are you?
No. For some reason, there's always a flavor that comes through on a lot of these stouts and things that I can't explain. And I get black licorice in the aftertaste.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a nice stout. If you guys like stouts, it's got a good taste to it. But I don't taste peanut butter.
Now, what they say when we were reading that description about the peanut butter? They didn't use it as the
main ingredient.
Right. So it was just something to
Just
balance it out.
Yeah. But do you taste molasses? In a big way, right?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's not, Jack. It tastes really good.
No, it's actually pretty good. It's not bad. Like I said, I expect a little bit more hint of peanut butter in there, but nope, it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah. And Brian, I'm sorry to disappoint you tonight, but we're not talking any ghost stories tonight, other than if you haven't paid your taxes, then you're going to have the ghost haunting you to pay your taxes.
I said more asses. Did I say that? I probably did.
It tastes like it's got asses in it.
No, it's good. It's a good stout. It's not terrible. Like I said, I was hoping for a little bit more peanut butter taste because you know when you do like Uncle Bear's, their peanut butter stout, you can definitely taste peanut butter in it, and a couple more of the ones.
But yeah, in the past. And the one we were talking about earlier that was that Yavapai Brewing.
Right. Did you want to try it?
No. No. Oh dear.
Oh.
Well, those will go with this.
Oh.
Well, thanks.
That's better than a cake.
Brownies.
Hurry up, Jack. You're missing brownies.
They'll be gone.
They'll be gone. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh,
the dogs are like, I want brownies too.
So how many people do you think get their taxes done with room to breathe?
I would say, just pondering your guess, I would say not many.
And I would think that you're right.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Just from the people that I know, you know what I mean, around me.
Yeah. Anybody that gets their taxes done, like right the second they get their
W-2s
and all that, you know.
I think I did it one time in my whole life. I did in like February.
Yeah. I mean, that's over ambitious, you know.
I agree.
Wow. No, my usual is at least, well, many times I have done them on the day.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah. But usually I try to get it a week ahead, and I did this week.
Well, what makes it tough, especially when, you know, you do the business side of things, you got to get all the receipts, you got to figure out how much damn money you spent and write it all off. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. But
you're talking about taxes.
I'm talking about taxes.
They're just a pain in the ass.
They're just a pain in the ass, period. All right. So tonight we decided that we'll, you know, kind of make a little bit of fun out of it and dive into the history of taxes, kind of where it came from and what it's evolved to today, I guess.
Yeah. And I was really surprised how actually far back it went.
It goes very far back.
Yeah.
And guess what? We have a PowerPoint.
We do.
We do have a PowerPoint. So, oh shit, it's tax day. As probably some people said today when they woke up. I'm sure.
How much today?
Yeah. What's today? What's today's date? Oh shit, it's the 15th. I've done that before.
So this is what I thought was very interesting. It was the early beginnings. So the first income tax was introduced during the Civil War in 1861. And it was as a temporary measure to help fund the war effort. The Revenue Act of 1861 imposed tax on personal incomes above a certain threshold. So I guess not everybody paid taxes back then, but if you earned enough, you did. So, however, this initial tax was repealed in 1872 as the nation returned to peacetime conditions and financial needs shifted.
It couldn't stay like that.
Doesn't always seem to do that.
No need for taxes, folks. No need for taxes. So the real turning point for income tax came in the 20th century. The growing need for government funding for services and infrastructure. Sorry, I had a little cough in my throat there. led to increasing calls for more equitable taxation system. In response to the 16th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified in 1913, granting Congress the authority to levy an income tax without appointing it among the states based on population. This amendment was pivotal as it laid the groundwork for a permanent federal income tax system. Son of a bitch.
Why?
Why would you do that to us? It's horrible.
Hard-earned money. So the IRS was established, but I don't believe as the IRS at the time, but in 1913, but that's where it started. Shortly after the ratification of the 16th Amendment, the Bureau of Internal Revenue was established to collect income taxes. The agency underwent several name changes and structural adjustments over the years, officially becoming the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, in 1953. The IRS was tasked.
Yeah, you can
They
say
should
that.
be taxed
They
too.
should be taxed.
Yeah, they were tasked
Bastards.
with administering and enforcing tax laws, ensuring compliance, and collecting revenue. And I'm going to have a brownie right now.
Have
I
a
have
brownie.
to. They're sitting here, and I can't stand it.
They're calling your name.
They are. Excuse me.
Love brownies. Love brownies. I'll read this while you chew on your brownie.
Mm-hmm.
So, expansion and complexity. The income tax system expanded significantly during World War II. As the federal government required more funding to support the war effort, taxes increased and the number of taxpayers grew dramatically. The introduction of withholding tax in 1943 made it easier for the government to collect taxes, as employees began deducting income taxes directly from employees' paychecks.
Mm.
As employers began deducting, sorry, I think I said employees.
Right.
Now I'm going to have a brownie.
And I'll go to the next one. And so throughout the latter half of the 20th century, various tax reforms and legislation shaped the landscape of federal income tax. The Tax Reform Act of 1986, for example, aimed to simplify the tax code by lowering tax rates and eliminating many loopholes. However, the complexity of the tax system has continued to grow, leading to ongoing debates about the fairness and efficiency of income taxes. Efficiency and government, that just doesn't go together anyway. So
that's an oxymoron, isn't it? To call that. So,
and I'll take another bite.
So, it's interesting that it said it grew in complexity. Wonder why, though. What was the reasoning, especially in 1986? I mean, was it because, I don't know, what would cause it to change? That's interesting,
I do
right?
not know. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, 86 was relatively peacetime still, wasn't it? We weren't at war. Not yet. We didn't get into Desert Storm until what, 92? Was it 91 or 92?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The government just decided they needed more money.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's really
got to figure out creative ways to get more money out of these people.
Yeah, well, that does happen.
So,
all right. So today, the IRS is a vital component of the U.S. government, responsible for collecting trillions. She's like, it's small. I can't have a hard time. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. There we go. Trillions of dollars in revenue to fund federal programs and services. The agency faces challenges, including tax evasion, compliance issues, and modernization efforts as technology evolves. Recent years have also increased scrutiny of the IRS, particularly regarding the handling of taxpayer information and fairness of audits. That's what I say. I think, they're pretty brutal when it comes to that stuff. I mean, if you owe a lot of money, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
There's really no way around it.
And it seems once you get caught in their snare,
you're there,
and you're going to get audited every year. It seems to be that way. Or at least that's what I hear.
I'm curious. I want to do an audience poll real quick. Has anybody ever been audited?
Oh, yeah.
By the IRS? Curious. I lost my comments on Rumble. Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Has anybody been audited by the IRS? I never have.
And I don't know that I know anybody that has. But I know people do.
That's a good point. No, it does happen. It absolutely happens. Good job, Christine.
Yeah, never.
And I don't know. See, again, I go back to TurboTax, right? And it really takes the red flags away going through a software like that. Because you can go to a tax person and it's still their interpretation of the tax law, right? I mean, they're always trying to find loopholes. They're always trying to find ways to get you more money back. So I think you have more of an opportunity to be audited if you're going through an agency like that, or if you're trying to do taxes by yourself, unless you have a simple 1040 EZ and you're just doing straightforward, just W-2, and that's it. You got no write-offs, nothing like that. Then it's simple. And then I say do it on your own. But TurboTax is free if you're doing a 1040 EZ form. But you start getting into write-offs and stuff like that. It gets pretty complex because there's a lot of stuff you can write off and there's stuff you can't write off. And you think that if you do it through an agency, that they're going to submit it, right? And the IRS is going to review it, and there's a chance that you could get audited.
Jack got his own brownies.
He's got his own plate of brownies. Go, Jack. So that again, that's why I like using the tax software, because I think you're less likely to kick up the red flags. But like I said, I don't know. I've never been audited.
Hope never to be.
Don't know anybody that's been audited. So
yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
I'm going to move on.
Move on.
So the ongoing debates. While the income tax has become a staple of federal revenue, discussions about its fairness, rates, and complexity of the tax code are ongoing. Many people still hold on to the idea that income tax should be temporary or limited, especially given the historical context of its introduction.
Right.
However, the economic demands of modern governance, that is the word, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
And public service has solidified income tax as a permanent piece of shit. Fixture in the U.S. tax system. The evolution of the income tax reflects broader social changes, economic needs, and the ongoing debate about the government's role in taxation and public funding. And what kind of funding are they doing on a large scale sometimes?
Pork funding? Is that what it's called? Christine says the tax reform of 1986 was to simplify the tax code, broaden the tax base, and eliminate man tax. Is that what that says? Man tax
that's what I see.
And preferences, according to Google.
Well, in Google we trust.
Google knows all. Can't say anything against Google there. I don't know.
You'll get audited if you bad mouth Google.
Got to be careful.
I'm gonna do another brownie. I can't help myself.
Can't help it. Just do it. All right. So limited tax infrastructure. So this is kind of where we're kind of started, right? So at the late start of the Industrial Revolution, late 18th century and 19th century, many countries, especially Europe and the US, did not have the comprehensive system for collecting internal taxes, right? That makes sense. Income taxes were rare or non-existent, and there wasn't yet a bureaucratic infrastructure to collect them efficiently. Come knocking at your door collecting taxes, that's efficiently for them, right? So that's true. That is true.
I want to keep munching in my mic.
Do it. Nobody's going to judge. So this is awesome. And I'm glad you found this today, because this kind of goes along with what's happening in today's society, right? So tariffs as a major revenue source. So the government relied heavily on import tariffs, taxes on goods brought into the country, to fund public expenditures. Imagine that. Tariffs were relatively easy to collect at ports and borders compared to tracking individual or business incomes. What a novel idea.
I'm still chewing.
can't get through our slides too fast either, so
Mm.
we got to take time. So this is you want
I'll get to it. She's holding a plate of buns.
you want me to? I'll take this slide again. I'm fine.
I'm good now.
Okay.
So
Shit.
this is what tariffs are good for, too. So protecting domestic industry. In addition to raising revenue, tariffs protected emerging domestic industries from foreign competition by making import goods more expensive. This helped fuel industrial growth, job creation, and increased domestic production, which later broadened the tax base. Imagine that.
No shit.
Wow. So if our people make more money here and we keep more money here, then the tax base even grows. Wow.
What a novel idea.
That's crazy. It just sounds a little too efficient for our government, I guess.
No, it's never mind. I'm not going to say it. Not going to do it. Not on this show. All right. So it offset the need for direct taxes. By bringing in significant revenue, tariffs reduced the need for direct taxes like income or property taxes, especially for the working class and middle class. This helped avoid political backlash that could arise from taxing individuals directly.
What kind of backlash is there from paying taxes?
I'm going to drink on that one.
I'll join you.
So we did tariffs way back when, right?
We did.
And
what I heard, I have to fact check me on this, but I heard that during the Industrial Revolution, when that's really all they used was tariffs, the United States was the most powerful and richest country in the world.
I bet
at
it
that
was.
time.
I bet it was.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No. Some people think there is. I don't think there is.
I'd like greatness.
It's good to be great.
It's great to be good too.
It's great to be good. Well, there you go. That's a good statement there. So in the US, for much of the 19th century, tariffs provided up to 90% of federal revenue.
Wow.
90%. What's revenue? Are you asking what the government thinks revenue is or what we think revenue is? Yeah.
Google it.
Well,
no.
Revenue is money that
Yeah.
the federal government is taking in, right?
It sounds like a surplus to me. I don't know what that's.
10% makes up the last.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a lot of
It is
money.
a lot of money. 100%. Yeah.
Even back in 1913.
But now, what percentage do our taxes make up of the revenue of the federal government, right?
Yeah.
So in comparison, it was 90% back then.
Yeah.
Tariffs. I would say probably 85% of our taxes make up their revenue.
It's probably less than that. I don't know what we haven't charged enough in tariffs over the past.
No, I'm not talking about tariffs. I'm
to
talking
make up
about
the
now
difference.
now it's reversed. Now our taxes are the revenue for the federal government,
Right.
not tariffs.
Well,
I mean,
that's
tariffs
right.
are, but-
I would almost just completely flip it and say we're 90% in
Taxes,
taxes,
10% in tariffs,
Yeah.
probably. I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
a good question, Jack.
Yeah. Wow.
Eat your brownie. So,
Should go on. Okay, this is an interesting graph.
we're on graphs already. We're only 30 minutes in. That's not.
I know. It's kind of hard to see those dates, but it runs from
1980
to
2017.
2017. Yeah. And so to the far left, the pinkish, orangish, or whatever color that is.
The top 1%.
Top 1%. And then if you look all the way to the right, there's a little black section right here, which is not it's not proportionate, right?
It's really not.
I don't know what percentage that is. That'd be the bottom.
It says the bottom 50%.
The bottom 50.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the bottom 50, the little black part.
Yep.
Oh, there. You got the color graph down there. There you
Yeah.
go. I can't see this behind the slide.
So the top 1% is the pink.
Yeah.
Top 5% is the gray. Top 10% is the light blue. Top 25% is the red. Top 50% is the dark blue, and the bottom 50% are the black. I'm trying to figure out this graph. So it's percentage of federal personal income tax paid by earners. So those numbers along the bottom, is it? So that's 100%?
Well, it
Is that what it's
totals
saying?
100%.
Right.
So it's kind of showing that I would say the top 1% or 10% pays almost 35%, or well, so it comes clear over to here, almost a 40, isn't it?
What'd you say, Jack? Top 5% is paying more than half.
Yeah, well, you can see that right here.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just that this thing is in the way and I can't see the graph.
Yeah, I mean, close to half. Yeah, it is. It's over half, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like 50, 58%, close to 60%. Yeah. Yep.
All right, this one's giving me a headache.
This one's a bit, this one's a little bit better, I think. We tried to find pie charts. There's so much.
It just made us hungry.
There's so much better to read. So if you're making, according to this, if you're making over 500,000 a year, you're paying 27% in taxes.
That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money. I think I'm paying more than what it says there. I don't know. I have to look at that. I'm concerned about that. I think I'm getting screwed. The ones who make the most pay the most, of course.
How'd you make out on your taxes this year?
I didn't know. If that, if that means anything, I didn't know.
That's a positive then. Yeah. Anytime you don't know, that's good.
So I guess if you make under 20,000 a year, you're not paying anything in taxes, essentially, right? That's kind of what that says.
Right.
I mean, you're in the negative there.
Yeah. That's how that looks.
And that's based on adjusted gross
adjusted
income. Yeah.
Correct.
Yep. It's always fun to look at these things.
Money.
Money. All right.
So in the U.S., the number of top 1% earners fluctuates, but it generally involves around 1.49 million taxpayers. It's still a pretty fair amount of people with that kind of money. According to, I thought you said smart ass earlier. Smart assets. Yeah. This represents a small fraction of the overall U.S. population. Here's more detailed breakdown. California had the most top 1% earners.
Here's my shock face.
Of 177,645. And what year was this? Did I say the year on this one? Or is it doesn't say, does it?
There wasn't a year on this.
And then Texas comes in second, 126,128. Then Florida, 101,940. And then Wyoming had the fewest of 2,616. Vermont comes in at 3,107 and Alaska at 3,231. So the average income needed to be the top 1% nationally is around $800,000 a year. but this varies by state. So Washington, D.C. has the highest threshold for 1%ers at about 1.22 million.
Well, here's what's fascinating about this chart. Not only do you have the top 1%, you have the top 0.1% of earners. You see that?
Well, yeah. And you know where
$3 million.
all career politicians live?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's wages.
Yeah, that's wages. Yeah.
Yeah. Chump change. Yeah.
I'd just like to be in the top 10%. I'd be okay with that.
No shit.
You know? No, I'm not actually, but I'm close, but I'm not. Yeah.
I'm far from it.
It's crazy. Well, you're retired, so you're, you know.
Okay, so this one's fun. So, yeah, if you're like everybody else, waits till the last minute to file your taxes, you can see that you're not alone in that endeavor. Look at that nice big blue line that shoots way up there on the week of April 15th. That's when the majority of the people get their taxes done.
I love the October 15th, though. You have that little blip on October 15th.
And how is it that someone could, because you don't have, well, I guess if you're self-employed and all that, you don't need a W-2 and all that from an employer to have the information, because this would be, this is the extent. Never mind. I'm reading.
That's the extension.
I'm reading the wrong direction. I'm turned around.
No, the October 15th is when.
That's right. That's the extension.
I owe $10,000. I need to find more money somewhere and figure out how to write more shit off. That's what the October 15th is.
So what month is this first line? So that must be right. That's February. I see.
February, yeah. February is the first
February
line.
People get their W-2s.
Yep.
And then you get a few that are pretty excited to do it, and then it tapers off until April rolls around.
And you're like, oh shit, it's tax day again.
Now, woo, let's get it done.
You need people like us. Oh my God, got to get it done tomorrow.
So yeah. So this graph at least makes me know that, or lets me know that
you're in the majority.
Yeah. Average.
Yeah, I don't know. There's your pie chart, Jack.
This one's kind of interesting, though.
Yeah. So this is how did you or how will you file your taxes this year? This was 2021. This was a 21 chart. So a virtual appointment with a professional or accountant is 7%. Family friend or doing my taxes was 6%. Manually by mail, 7%. Wow. Manually by IRS e-file, 8%, which I don't get. Can you can e-file directly through if you?
I guess you can on their website.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. Dropping off paperwork in a tax filing service, 7%. In person with a professional or accountant, 20%, which is pretty good.
Well, that's the highest.
Yep.
Well, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, the free software.
Yeah. Paid tax software is 18%.
Yeah. So if you have those together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free software. So, when you deal with TurboTax, the basic is free. But then when you start adding up, you start getting into like business write-offs and stuff like that.
You start adding
paying.
Yeah.
But I used the free TurboTax for years. It was great. I never had any issues with it.
So what is that? It's not quite 50%, but it's really close, isn't it?
Does anybody know of any other free software that's out there other than TurboTax? What else is free for taxes? I mean, TurboTax is the biggest one. I don't know of any other ones. Do you know of any, Jack? Which one? NA? Oh yeah. No, you won't. Yours is free, yeah. I don't know of any other software though. There isn't any? Yeah, but they don't do it they don't calculate shit for you. You have to physically do it, do you? No, but yeah. See, TurboTax will figure all that out for you. Yeah. Yep.
And depending on where taxes go, I bet AI is really going to change that a lot too.
That is that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That could be good or bad. Right?
yeah.
Depending.
But in an instant, it can find you all kinds of deductions, possibly. You know, I mean, all those loopholes. I don't know.
I'm always surprised at what you can really write off. Finds all kinds of shit to write off. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So a few years back, I used to do it through. It was still, I guess, it was still powered through TurboTax, but I did it through. What's the free app on the phone? My phone's up there. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, your credit scores and all that. You know, it's the
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma. There you go.
There you go.
Because they offered it free.
Really?
And yeah, I did my taxes like 2 or 3 years in a row through Credit Karma on their site. It was free, but then the next year they did Intuit, which I guess is TurboTax. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it's been the last 2 years. It's been TurboTax. So it has cost me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
So yeah, but that's still close to 50% that do it themselves at that software. That's pretty cool.
One, I mean, do you realize how much an accountant costs? I mean, Lindsay and I were looking this year to do it, and it's going to be like $800 to have an accountant do our taxes.
Well, I mean, we did that in the past for quite a few years back when I was younger, and it was just always the anxiety of going to the tax guy to prepare.
Yeah,
taxes was awful. I mean, not that they were mean or anything, but for some reason, I just made me very uneasy.
It's a pain in the ass. That's why.
So being able to do it in my underwear, sitting at the kitchen table.
When you go see a tax person,
right.
that's 5 hours of your life you don't get back.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
See,
and it'll save your work.
If you're doing it by yourself, you could be sitting here watching the show, drinking a beer, doing your taxes.
Right.
See?
So then you walk away and it'll save your work. You can come back.
Like I said, we're not going to save you any money, but hey.
I think we should get paid by TurboTax.
By TurboTax. Promotional. It's all promotional stuff. So this is always an interesting question, right? And this is our final slide here. States with no income tax, which when you look at the numbers, you know, we're pretty low here in Arizona. So you got Nevada, Washington, Wyoming, South Dakota, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, and Alaska. And
what is that, New Hampshire, or what is that there? That little red.
Yeah, it's New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah,
I mean, Las Vegas, I understand where their revenue comes from.
How about Texas? You were in Texas.
Texas,
where's their revenue come from? They have gambling?
Property taxes. Property taxes in Texas are ridiculous.
Worse than California?
I don't know. I just know that it was 5, 6, 7, 8 times what it is here.
That's probably California and New York, yeah. Yes, Arizona's only 4.5, which is pretty low. The lowest is North Dakota, but you know why that is, because who the fuck would want to live there? That's why.
Sorry if you're in North Dakota watching the show.
It's probably still 30 degrees.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania surprises me. Pennsylvania is 3.07.
Which is lower than us. Yeah.
That's pretty surprising. New York, 8%. Shocker. California, 13%. How are you Californians feeling right now? Yeah, not only your property taxes 5 times what ours, but your state taxes 3 times as ours.
Well, since I lived in Texas most of last year, I didn't have to pay any income tax on my Social Security. I came back to Arizona, so I was here in from October through December, and I got taxed on my Social Security there. Here, made me sad
It does.
because I didn't get taxed on it in Texas.
I remember one year I got screwed heavily. I had first moved from Las Vegas to here, right?
Mhm.
I went back to Vegas for a family function, and I was gambling there, and I won like $2,500, right? Well, guess what? When I collected the money, I had an Arizona ID. So I had to fill out the form to get the money. And I had to pay like $800 in tax
Oh,
when I got
jeez.
back here. See, in Vegas, if you win anything under $1,100, you don't pay taxes on. So I can hit $1,000.
Now, is that a cumulative or is that just
That's a one-time deal. So I can hit
Okay.
$1,000 4 times in the same day
Okay.
and walk away with $4,000 not taxed. So if you hit a jackpot that's over $1,100, you get taxed on it. If you don't, you can win that as many times as you want, and they don't tax you on it.
Wow.
And I don't think my mom and dad have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they tax you on table games. Like if you went on the tables,
Oh, yeah?
I don't think you get taxed on that, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, I just remember coming back here and I had to file that because they sent me the form. Obviously, I filed it. It was like it cost me like $800 for that $2,000 that I won. It's like, what the fuck?
That
That
makes me
sucked.
wonder how it works like here, since all of our casinos are all on reservation, so it's federal or tribal land or whatever. I wonder what
That is interesting
I
because,
wonder what happens to that.
well, if it helps, I've never won a jackpot here. So I would never know. So, Jack, you play online, right? You play online. You gamble online. Do you play local casinos here or something else? Oh, okay. So you don't have to worry about that then.
So he's got his offshore bank account.
That's interesting. Because they now one of the casinos here just opened up to online.
Oh, really?
Wasn't it Wild Horse? Oh, Desert
Diamond?
Desert Diamond. Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I'm going to close this out then.
Yeah. So be careful when you go to Vegas or something and you play, and yeah, exactly. Keep all your receipts because you can write off your losses too. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what the rules are here. I've never hit a jackpot here, so I have no freaking clue. I don't think I've ever.
I know
won.
people have to pay taxes on it. I just
Yeah.
wonder how that works on.
Under 1,500 here. Okay. No, so they wanted to go through the channels, so they screw you even more.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting. They get you coming and going, just like the tax people. Same shit.
Yeah. That's why he looks like he's death warmed over.
Warmed over. Yeah.
I can't talk.
He looks like death. That's for sure.
He does.
So if you are doing taxes tonight, hopefully we made your night a little bit funnier or more fun, or I don't know.
Yeah. These are depressed.
Try to spin it either way, Since our kind of downing show we had last week, we had to do something to have a little bit more fun this week. But
we didn't know what to do this
I
week
know,
until we
we
knew.
didn't know
Oh,
what
well,
to
it's tax day. Let's talk about taxes. That's always fun. Everybody loves taxes.
I think it's time for another paranormal show, though.
It really is.
We're overdue.
Yeah. Hey, actually, you can
What?
watch our replay from last Saturday at the
Bullion Plaza.
Bullion Plaza there in Miami. Some really that's some really good guests on there and some cool stories.
Yeah, we might break it up into little smaller pieces, I think, right? On the whole
That's
day.
right. We have the technology.
We have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
We should do that. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was had some great speakers on there. And once you're feeling better and back to normalcy again, we need to do Parapalooza. So I think we're going to do it in the fall.
It'll have to be
is
fall.
what we decided. So, and it's going to be. I'm going to predict right now. What's today's date? April 15, tax day. I said it. I think this Parapalooza is going to be big.
Now you're talking.
All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think so.
Yeah, because
well,
I know more people that I want to reach out to now
Mhm.
to get on.
Well, yeah.
Parapalooza.
Our circle of paranormal friends has grown
exponentially
quite a bit
It truly
globally.
has.
So
yeah,
it should be really, really good.
And guess what? It's free. Why am I still looking like the camera's there? It's free.
It's
Let me
free.
turn this way. Jesus Christ. I'll get that by the next show. Don't worry.
Oh,
So looking forward to that. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Definitely do it in the fall, maybe September, October time. That'll be cool. That'll be a lot of fun. Who's looking forward to it? Who's looking forward to Parapalooza? Come on, let's see in the audience. I know you guys are. It's been what, 3 years since we've done it? I think so.
Yeah,
right?
it's
been
at least.
or maybe 4 at this point.
Well, and I don't know what you plan on doing while I'm out, but but I do know what's, and I'm hoping,
brother.
I'm really hoping that by June that things will be good, because in June we're planning our Mike the Naked Bigfoot
Yes, for our
anniversary show.
Yep.
For 5 years of yeah. I don't want to say we discovered him. I think he discovered us.
Yeah, he definitely discovered us.
Yeah, we introduced him to the public, and yeah, it'll be a really special show. So
It's gonna be fun.
that will be in June.
God, 6 years we've been doing this, right?
Yeah.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. We started this journey.
Yep, and that's when Christine found us, was during Parapalooza.
Yep, exactly.
Wasn't it? Was that the first one? So we did 2, right? Or
Yeah,
3?
we did 3. We did
Yeah,
3
3.
Jack, you were on the last one with us, right? You hosted with us on the last Parapalooza? No, it was like 3 years ago. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Everything's a blur.
I know. It's gonna be. We'll have a big turnout. I think it's gonna go 3 days. I think it's gonna be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I really do. Yeah, we did it live. Yeah, it was live. Yep. Yeah, so go check it out. It was Paranormal Day. It was on Saturday. It was a fun day. It was pretty cool. But yeah, we'll start putting the lineup together for Parapalooza. We'll get that going. Start inviting people. Yeah, we did it.
Get them lined up.
We did it 3 days. The last couple. Did we do it 2 days the last year or 3
I think
days?
we just did.
We did 2
2
days.
of the
I
last.
think we did Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
I believe we did
But-
3 the first year.
Yeah.
We tried it, and then we thought, but we were still trying to find people,
That's right.
So, but
That's right.
I think now they've come out of the woodwork, so it wouldn't be too difficult to fill up 3 days easily.
It's 2020. Okay, and that makes sense because that's when we did it during the pandemic because they were canceling all the Paracons, so that's why we did it. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So-
What was the Paracon that we were planning on going to? Was that
Vulture
City?
I think it was
Yeah.
Vulture City, and it got
Yeah.
canceled. And we said, well, let's do our own.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And
And I'm not taking credit for it. Okay. But when you and I started doing live stuff, it seemed like all of a sudden the paranormal industry, everybody started going live.
yeah,
Maybe it's a coincidence.
it could be. I
But-
mean, they were in the same boat we were, I guess,
Yeah.
but I hadn't seen anybody go live, and I didn't really even know we could do it until we did it.
We didn't know we could do it until we did it.
Yeah, and I was like,
We
oh,
just-
hey, this works.
we tried, and it was pretty good. It came out good. So looking forward, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. 5 years since I started stalking you guys.
We've enjoyed it every step of the way, Christine.
We have.
Yeah.
You know what I did not do tonight? I did not give a shout out to our sponsor.
Oh dear.
So I need
You
to
better do that
right
because
now.
we do have time.
Yes. So Project Y is our sponsor, coming out with their new products here in a couple of weeks. They got I know I keep saying a couple of weeks, but I think they got the labeling, they got the product. Now they just got to put it all together. So pretty excited about that. If you want to check them out, it's projectwhynow.com. Why? Because we care. And don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon page, because you guys are missing out on a whole bunch of material if you don't. So if you go to our Brewmaster membership, right?
That's the one.
You'll see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, especially from the movie that we're now filming, which, speaking of which, we're going to start filming in tomorrow.
We're trying to get a lot of stuff.
Trying to get a lot of stuff in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So, but we have some behind the scenes stuff on there. You guys will really like it. So go check it out. It's not very expensive. We get back to you guys. We appreciate the support. So go check it out on our Patreon page. And also, as far as Project Y goes, they have the Ycast every other Wednesday. Go check it out. They got a lot of good information on there. Last week they talked about creatine, and there was a good conversation about it. They had the owner of Dot Fit on there, was talking about, different uses for creatine and supplementation. Yeah. So it was really cool. And then don't forget tomorrow night.
Yeah, what's happening tomorrow night?
My brother and I have Fit After 50 as our podcast that we started. Tomorrow night we're talking about genetic testing for disease. So that'll be interesting. So it's pretty fascinating. I've been doing a lot of research on it. It's pretty cool. I actually want to go do it. But it really talks about if you're predisposed to any, there's a lot of different tests you can do, but it talks about if you're predisposed to certain diseases based on family history. So it's pretty interesting. I think if you can get a leg up on it, you can either change your lifestyle or do things that you need to do to prevent it happening to you. So, and early detection is always the best. So, but yeah, check it out. Tomorrow night, 7:00 Pacific. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever you call it. Specific. On YouTube and Rumble. And don't forget, as always, make sure you go like, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Truth About Beer. And we are found on YouTube, Rumble. Thank you, Rumblers, for jumping on. TikTok, you can check us out on TikTok as well. And we are also on...
We're also on Facebook.
We're on Facebook, and we're on Spotify. And we're on Apple Podcasts.
We're getting around.
Soon to be on iHeartRadio.
Nice.
So we're getting around, guys. So if you miss us on Tuesday nights, which I hope you don't, you'll have plenty of opportunity to see us. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, I highly recommend, just go check out our Patreon page. There's some stuff on there you can get into for free without being a member. So I definitely highly recommend you check it out. I know Christine's been a member for a while now, and she absolutely loves the content that we put on there.
Are we putting our little beer commercials up there too?
Sure.
Why not? It's content that needs to be out there. I want to watch that one more time.
You want to watch that again?
Yeah.
All right.
Because we've been doing the syntax beer tonight. And, this was a fun one.
And Mother Earth Brewing, if you're watching, give some credit here. Yeah. I mean, this takes a little bit to put this stuff together to promote your beer. So it's good beer, by the way, too. All right, here goes. We're going to do this, and we're going to let you guys go. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. We should do a cheers before we let you go. We should. Yeah. And we'll let you go with our commercial, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, camera's right there.
Oh, camera's right there. Cheers. And who knows what we'll be doing next week, but it'll be a surprise. So get those taxes done. We'll see you guys next week.
Don't forget to pay your taxes.
Welcome to The Truth About Beer.